Okay, my friends, so welcome to week number 9. Mind vitamin this week is the self-image. The self-image. So what is self-image? Basically, self-image is how a person perceives themselves, okay? So how you perceive yourself, right? Now, self-image is so important, right? And there is a reason why you are at this point inside the program, and there's a reason why you are experiencing the progress that you've experienced and the changes that you're experiencing. Like you've probably noticed, like at this point, is your level of self-awareness is different, or the way you think about things, right? The way you perceive things is different. And this comes down to a self-image, right? The way you perceive yourself has shifted, right? It has changed. So there's like what I've experienced from clients who have come through this process is they get to this point inside the program and it's like they're different, right? They are different. Their whole outlook is different. Their mindset is different. They're thinking about things differently, and even like the self-talk is different. Like the way they talk to themselves. Now, if you imagine if you came inside this program and like I give you a diet plan to follow for 12 weeks and maybe an exercise plan to follow for 12 weeks. Now, I want you to think about that, right? Like imagine if that was the case. Like, do you think that you would be at this point inside the program? Like thinking the way you're thinking, right? Like doing the things that you're doing and, like feeling the way you're feeling. Like chances are you're not, right? And we spoke about this before, is like 95% of people who lose weight or go out and try and change their habits, within 18 months they put all the weight back on or more, right? And it's down to this because the self-image hasn't changed. So the self-image is a number of self-impressions that a person has built up over time, right? So if you think about over your lifespan, you've created this identity, right? How you see yourself, how you perceive yourself. So I'll give you a couple of examples here, right? Like we've had clients come in who, like in the past, they've lost weight before, but then they've put the weight back on, right? Which happens to 95% of people. Now, over time and having done that, followed that pattern, right, for like numerous times, what that's done is they have built in this idea, this identity, this self-image, that this person, like each time they do lose weight, they're going to put it back on. So it's already like programmed, right? So what we help them do here in Destructible Men is we help them undo this programming. And that comes down to creating this self-image, right? Building this new identity, the way they perceive themselves. Like we've had clients come in and like, I'm like believing that they were disorganized people, believing that they had no motivation, right? If you think about it, right, like these beliefs, like, or this self-image, this is self-image, right, creates a person's reality. So a person who believes that they are disorganized, okay, who tells himself they are disorganized, it's their self-image. That's who they perceive themselves to be. So if their work desks, etc., their environment will look disorganized to match that person's self-image. So another example is if a person, like we've heard stories about people winning the lottery, right? They go out, they win millions on the lottery, and then they end up just going mental and blowing out all the money, blown away all the money, and then back to having no money, and wondering how the hell that happened, right? And the reason for that is self-image again, right? Their mindset won't allow them to live the lifestyle of a person who has money, because that's not who they are. That's not how they perceive themselves. And it's the same with fitness, the same with weight loss. Like a person can go on a journey and start exercising, right? They can try and force themselves to exercise and eat better and lose weight. But eventually, the self-image will pull them back. Like if that person believes they're not an active, fit person, if that person believes that they're not like a person who lives an active, fit lifestyle, if that person believes he's fat, Like, he's always going to be pulled back to that self-image. So what we need to pay attention here now, and the purpose of this video here is, like, to look back at the work that we've done inside of this program, right? The little assignments that we've done, and etc. Like, all of these assignments have, like, we've been working on this self-image. So I want you to pay attention here now, right? And notice, like, what is it that you notice that's different about you, right? Like, do you feel differently? Like, just being honest, right? Do you notice that you are thinking differently? Like, what about the self-talk, right? The way you talk to yourself, is it different in any way to how it was when you first started this program? Okay? So the purpose here is just to show you the importance of this and why we've been doing this. Like, to help you be one of the 5% of men who achieve this lasting lifestyle transformation. And why it's critical, right? If we didn't have these mindset assignments, the worksheets that we've had inside throughout this program, like, you wouldn't be in this place that you are now, right? Like, we've had people come in, it's like, oh, you know, like, I just need a diet plan and an exercise plan. But without working on self-image, like, we're always going to get pulled back to that. So have a think about this, right? Notice your, like, levels of awareness at this point in the program. How are you thinking differently, right? Like, look back at the work that we've done inside this program, right? And now we're going to start moving forward as well. Inside of this week, we've got the Wheel of Life assignment that we're going to be looking at other areas of your life, right? Other possibilities that are in the future for you and what you could create now with this, like, having created this identity, this self-image of you that is different, right? Like, what else could you do? Okay? Peace.